Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome to another episode of Bloody Submarines. I am hoping that I shocked you all with my Undyne video. Honestly, I fucking hate that submarine if I'm brutally honest. It's possibly the worst submarine in the game and playing it was like a trip to the dentist, so I'm kind of glad that one's over with. But moving on, we're now today looking at the U-190. Now, the U-190 and the U-69 have quite a lot in common, and the loadouts are pretty much the same. I'm kind of experimenting with equipment at the moment. I've gone with main armaments modification 1 in slot 1. In slot 2, I've gone with reserve battery unit modification 1 to get that reserve battery duration up by 20%. Then, of course, I've gone with torpedo tubes modification 1 because essentially, you know, think torpedo boats when you're playing submarines. They pretty much share a lot of similarities, and it's all about the torpedoes with a submarine. Absolutely all about it. You do have the odd meme cannon on the submarines, but that's a rare thing. It's the torpedoes that matter. In slot 4, I've gone with submarine steering gears to give us extra rudder shift. And then in slot 5, I've gone with ship consumable modification 1, which again increases the action time of all of the consumables by a further 10%. That's hydrophone, that's submarine surveillance, and more importantly, reserve battery unit, which means you can stay underwater for longer, almost 40 seconds with this build. Okay, so what is the build? Let's have a quick look. What I've done it with my first point, because it's all about the torpedoes, I've gone with liquidator, which increases the flood chance by 30%. Then after that, I took torpedo crew training this time to reduce the torpedo reload to a rather tasty 50 seconds. Then in the third choice, I went for watchful. Okay, because that gives you a lot of information. It's very important to stay stealthy, and watchful helps you to do that. And if by now you don't know how to use this skill, watch my other videos because I do go into it in some depth. Okay, but it gives you an idea of where the radar is. Are you going to get detected by radar if you surface? If you dive, are you going to get detected by hydro? That kind of thing. If you're on the surface, are you going to get detected by hydro? If you dive, are you going to be detected by submarine surveillance? That's what I was trying to say there. Okay, so it can give you a good map of your situation. Okay, which gives you an idea of what to do next. So, very useful skill. My entire playstyle kind of rotates around this one sometimes. It depends. And then, what I did next was I took Consumable Specialist. Then after that, Adrenaline Rush. And then after that, I went for Big Prop, or Enlarged Propeller Shaft. And then I've got 4 points left, so I'm going to pick up Superintendent because I'd like to have extra consumables. And then with my last point, you know what? It's between this one for me and this one, Enhanced Sonar. Okay. But if you're going to take Enhanced Sonar, then you might as well take Sonar Modification 1 because the synergy between those two is very good indeed. Because you don't really want your sonar getting knocked out. But your sonar can get you in a lot of trouble. It is a useful tool, but it can get you into a lot of trouble. So I tend to lean the other way. Yeah. Okay, anyway, with that all said, let's take this bad boy for a spin. Okay, let's start with some rank play. We're on Northern Waters. It's domination mode. Yeah, we got a Key and a Zeton, an Edinburgh, a Met, and a Kagoro to think about, as well as an L-20, which I guess is the Russian equivalent of the U-190. Now we've got a split, so I'm going to leave the split to go and get A, and I'm going to head over to C. As you can see, I mean, the submarine surveillance consumable at the bottom there takes ages to come off cooldown at the start of a match. But that's the same for everyone. That's the same for all submarines. So, a lot of submarine guys tend to try and reduce the cooldown in their builds of that as much as possible. Sure, up to a point I agree, but there comes a point where there may be a better pick for playability, for damage, or whatever. I wouldn't get too hooked up in it. It's a useful tool. You will get other submarine players more than likely sunk with it. But the trick is if somebody uses it on you, surface. Okay? As long as there's not too many enemy ships around, surface. Because on the surface, you are not detectable by it. They have to actually physically spot you. And if there's one advantage the German submarines tend to have over most of the others, not all of them, but most of the others, is a 5.6 kilometer detect on the U-190, which is Japanese torpedo boat levels of stealth. It's pretty good. It's not the best, but it's up there. It's way up there. Okay, we're going to slip into sea with my friend here in the Cherbourg. I can see our battleships and our Hipper have gone A. That's unfortunate. So there's only 2 of us over here. I would have liked one of the battleships to have come with us, just to supply us with something tanky to hold the cap with. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. So we get to play with what we get to play with. Right, I am now going to head north and go light the targets above and see what's about. Now you can use your hydrophone when you feel like there's bad guys nearby. You can use your hydrophone to decide who's about. Now I've just seen that their Kagoro is on the mini-map over at E4. We're going to send some torps at the Mets, and I'm going to turn. Yeah, their Edinburgh and their Kagoro are at A. I've got a Mets in front of me. We still don't know where all their ships are, so caution is king. Be cautious. Don't push in. Not during the first stages of a match. Stay with your fleet. In this case, I have a Cherbourg. God. I say God because I would have liked to have hidden behind a battleship, really, if I'm honest. Okay, so Metz is probing because he knows there's a submarine about, because he's seen my torpedoes. And acoustic torpedoes have a very specific trail in the water. They have this little white ball of mist on the front of them. And if you see that, you know that there's a submarine about. So I've spooked the sheep, okay? They know that there's a wolf about. I do feel like a pirate when I'm sailing along in one of these. I'll probably add some piratical music to the randoms, because what we're going to do is we're going to do ranked, and then I'm going to do a few randoms and show you what the U-190 can do. Okay, that's the Metz's hydro. So if I dive, watchful kicks in and tells me I'm in detection range, but the important thing is I'm no longer hydroed. So I'm just going to back off. He's dropping depth charges on me, of course. And got lucky with one, splashed me a little bit. That's okay, we just repair it and move away like nothing ever happened. We don't want to leave an oil trail. Now, if I change depth and go up, I'm going to get detected by the hydro. If he gets within 2 kilometers of me, regardless of depth, I'm going to get detected by the hydro. So these are important things to take into consideration. I mean, he sat there at 2.1 kilometers. Ah, his hydro wore off. Lucky me. I get to live. Because at this range, if his hydro is still active, he'd know exactly where I am. Well, I'm going to use this to my advantage. And I'm going to turn my submarine and I'm going to head north. We're just going to go underneath him. Let him cap C. Let him think that the submarines run away. And we're just going to then turn back round and head back into the same cap he's capping, but very slowly. We, you know, take our time about it. There's no rush. And we're going to use hydrophone to figure out exactly where he is. As you can see, the hydrophone's just detected him. I've got a Kai behind me moving up. And the Metz is heading across the cap. It's all on the mini-map. He's heading southwest. And we're just going to hang and make him think that we've run away. No torpedoes, no nothing. We're just going to sit underwater and let him get on with playing his game. Still got 2 minutes and 40 air left. So that's good. Just going to use the hydrophone again, and you can see he's moving away. He's moving off cap. He's heading north east. Yeah, he's heading towards A, basically. Northwest even. Yeah. So we can surface now. So I'm just popping to periscope depth because I didn't know, I hadn't acquired the battleship. We've reacquired the battleship. We know where he is. Unfortunately, he didn't continue south, which is a shame. I would have liked to have put some torpedoes into him, but instead he's decided to head for A. So that gives us an opportunity to cap. That's the biggest value here now. It would have been the Kai. I was hoping the Kai would come down and then I could turn around and let him have it. Drop 6 torpedoes into him, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But can you see the sneaky potentials here? The Metz knows I'm back on cap. I bet the Metz right now is cursing my name. But he's on a mission now. He's heading for A. There's only three aside. There's only 3 ships in it. And we now have our 2 cap advantage back. And you can see on the points we're going to start catching up now. I'm just using the hydrophone again just to see if I can get a position on the Kai. And sure enough, the Kai is contemplating coming back to the cap. He knows he's dealing with someone that knows what they're doing, or at least he thinks he thinks I know what I'm doing. So he's backed off. Look, he's backing off now. He was thinking about coming on his own, but a solo battleship against a good submarine player, he's just going to provide something to farm, basically, at the end of the day. We just farm him out. Cruisers not so much. I run a little scared of cruisers, and any submarine player should, especially the hydro boats, right? If they've got hydro, they're a bit of a problem. If they haven't, they're fair game. Similar with destroyers, except that destroyers have really good detect. Did we get him with those? No, he managed to avoid them. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if the bow torps get him, or the stern torps even. Send a couple of stern torps his way. Yep, 2 hits and a flood. Okay. And now we're just going to move up the map and head towards B. Because if this turns into a cap race, and it could, let's face it, then we need to be at an advantage. Right now, they've got 1 ship left, and we've got our split and our turpits. Okay, and that's the map 1. My teammates did a pretty good job on getting rid of that guy, and I maintained our points and held on to the cap. which is what it's all about at the end of the day when competitive. Submarines are pretty good in competitive, if you ask me. Maybe a little too good. Did okay on the team. It wasn't a great match, but it was an okay match. Okay, let's do some random. Let's do some random. Okay, this time we're on the map Seychelles after that rank match, and as you can see, it's a CV match and a sub match. How I love matches like these when I'm in my destroyer, you know. Double jeopardy. If you don't get spotted by the subs, you get spotted by the planes. If you don't get spotted by the planes, you get spotted by the subs. Yeah. God damn it. Okay. Let's turn off battle chat. Yeah, because trust me, you get a lot of toxic behavior in chat when you play submarines. No one likes them. No one likes them. Hell, I don't even like them. But I'm a content creator. I'm an independent content creator, and these things are in the game. We're stuck with them. Hopefully these videos will show you how to deal with them, how to counter them, and if you're a submarine player, how not to suck in them. To be brutally honest, I haven't played them much. Most of my knowledge comes from being a torpedo boat main and a gunboat main. Basically, I like my destroyers. I like light cruisers too, if I'm honest. I've got a soft spot for those. Battleships are easy mode for me. I find battleships a little too easy to play. I usually play them when I'm wanting to chill, relax, after some really tense play. Okay, so I'm getting out of the middle. The middle is a very bad place to be. So we're going to try and get out of that if we can. And I'm going to head towards A. Okay, we've capped C and we've capped D. Okay, okay. Now, A's interesting. There's not a lot going on here, but you don't really want to get stuck in mid. There's too many ways you can get caught out in a submarine in the mid. So my advice is to find a flank and find one fast at the start of a match and stick to it. I'm hoping to go in and cap A. That's the plan. They haven't got much here. There's a New Mexico that's in mid and a land on the corner. Bismarck up ahead. So we're just going to slip into A if we can. Okay, we got detected by planes. There's a U-190 here. Things are getting a little bit exciting. Gonna fire our rear torps, our stern torps, and put a ping on him. Or not. Yeah, okay. Interesting. He's got me under sub detection there, but I don't care because there's no planes in range. No ships can get me. Okay, that's another thing to consider actually with ASW and with submarine surveillance. If you're being surveyed and there's no ships in range with their ASW, the safest place you can be, bizarrely, is underwater, okay? If you're on the surface and detected, those ships can shoot you with their main guns, but if or secondaries, but if you're in secondary range. But if you're under the water, you're safe. The only thing that can get you is the depth charge planes. And if they're not in range, yeah, you get the idea. So it's just a duel between you and your U-190. Now, our Massachusetts B managed to take him out quite adequately with a little help from the Bismarck. So if you want to stay alive in a submarine, my advice to you is at the start of a match, stay with the fleet, stay with your friends, stay with your ships. If you push too far out on your own, you can get isolated, outnumbered, and taken down, like what happened to the U-190 there. Okay. So that's an important thing to realize. God, this game's boring. Right, we're heading back to Cap. I'm just launching some torps at sea. And I've realized something. My sound card is accommodating for my underwater status, and it's trying to add echo for being underwater, which I find hilarious. It's this is how you'd sound if you were talking to someone underwater. Okay, whatever. Okay, so we're torpedoing a New Mexico. That's what we're doing here. And that's about it. That's all I've been able to do all flipping match. God. Don't worry, we'll do another couple of randoms. I will get a game, hopefully, where I can show you guys a few things. Yeah, yeah. Whatever you say, duck. Okay, so we're just gonna chuck that on and fire some more torps at the New Mexico. Those look good. This is endgame stuff. I'm last up. I've never seen a team die so fast, if I'm honest. We're not even halfway. We're just past the halfway point and there's just one of us left. Okay, yeah. You see, no ping required, right? No ping required. I didn't really want him to know I was here, if I'm honest, because you spook the sheep, they start dodging, right? So, okay, he's sending planes, but he really hasn't got a clue where I am. If he hits me, it'd be pot luck. There we go. Got him with a stern torpedo as well. Had that been a flood, he'd be in a lot of trouble. Now I got lit by the carrier. Now I get detected by submarine surveillance. They've got 3 or 4 ships in the area, and what happened to U-69 is about to happen to me. This is what happens when you're isolated and alone against a superior force. But that's true of any ship, right? Oops. If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. Yeah, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. I mean, we might survive this, but I don't think we will. We got the New Mexico. It's my claim to fame. And now we're being depth charged by the Rook and the BlOODY. The BlOODY's dropping charges on us as well. And it's pretty much over. Wow. As you can see, yeah, there's a BlOODY sat right above me. And it's over. Okay. That was a pretty shit match. So let's do a couple more and see if our teams, see if my team's can stay alive more than 5 seconds, right? This time we're on estuary. It's domination mode. It's a carrier match. Uh-oh. There's only one sub aside though. Both U-190s. Very popular submarine, this one. I can't imagine why. Something I didn't mention, detect book circle wise. Yes, we've got a detector 5.6 kilometers. But I didn't mention is the fact that planes only detect us at 2.1 kilometers. Meaning, if we're on the surface or at periscope depth, we can be detected at 2.1 kilometers by aircraft. So, if aircraft are coming your way, slip to periscope depth when they get to around 3-4 kilometers, and then if they are still very likely to light you, go to 30 meters, and you'll vanish and they won't light you. Okay. And then as soon as the threat's moved on, surface again. But don't forget to use your hydrophone. You've got submarine surveillance, you've got hydrophone. Okay. Which has got 7-kilometer range. You've got almost 40 seconds on our reserve battery, which helps to keep us down a little longer should we run out of capacity. See, we've got a total capacity of 422. That's that little battery on the right side of my submarine there on the screen in the middle. Middle right, 422. Okay, now we're not pushing into cap. We're going to cap skim again, and we're going to stay close to our fleet. We've got a Nagato, a BlOODY, and a ship smasher with us. Okay, so we're going to stay close to these guys. We're not going to go racing off ahead. And I fancied a bit of pirate music, so we've got some pirate music going in the background. Yar, shipmates, because I feel like a pirate. I feel like a real toxic pirate. Okay, there's a Los Andes. Lit him for the team. Okay, we've got a Jervis and a U-190, so I'm going to periscope depth because I don't want to be lit. I want to maintain stealth at all times, if possible. Someone's already throwing some prospective depth charges my way. Funny. Because they saw the torpedoes. Now I'm going to move away. Ah, okay, the U-190 pushed up. That's okay, we can just go dark again. Which is fine. But now they know where I am, I need to withdraw. Because we gave the game away. Gig's up, Pedro. And when the gig's up, retreat. Just retreat. Go back to your ships. Go back to your friends. Keep your friends close. But don't keep your enemies closer. Don't do that. Just don't. Okay, now we can surface again. I'm using the island. And I've just popped my hydrophone to give them a better idea of the U-190's current heading. Because trust me, my team will want to kill him. I'm just going to highlight where I think he is. Jervis is backed off the cap. Looks like he's about to hit the flank. And we're just going to stay surfaced around here. And then I'm going to turn back round and head north again. And do another run. I just want the enemy team to forget me. Okay, there's a Jervis. Oh boy, is he close. Okay, we're diving. Okay, we're going to try and get this Jervis killed for the team. Now, the best way is to monkey with him. I'm putting my submarine surveillance on so I can spot the U-190 while I'm at this. I'm multitasking. There's the Jervis, which is going to surface to light him, because we were lit anyway by the other submarine's ASW. And now we can dive. But the ASW is off us. It's his submarine surveillance has run out on the U-190, so we can go back to the surface. And he's still lit by mine for another 36 seconds. And you can see how low health he is. He's a 963, that submarine. And there he goes. So we got the submarine killed. That was up. That was us. That was us. Using submarine surveillance on our Y key. Now I'm hitting the hydrophone to see if Jervis is still in the cloud of smoke ahead. Looks like he is. And we've got a Mets advancing on our position. Now we're still in a strong position here. We've got the Nagado behind us and the Blucher. We've got a Ferda Grossa with us. And of course the Ship Smasher. So I feel confident. There's a Jervis to my left. Put a ping on the Mets. Just moving away to avoid depth charges. Looks like he could get ground. Okay, he's desperate to miss those torps, so he's turning hard. Threw the rudder over and managed to avoid getting hit. That's okay. We'll get him with the stern group. Put another ping on him. Okay, and the torpedoes are going in now. Now what you can do is fire your torpedoes in pairs rather than let them all go. Or even individually. The idea is that we got him. The idea the idea behind that is that if you get him to DCP or to damage con or repair, right? To take the ping off him. Okay. Once the ping's gone, he's on cooldown, which means any torpedo hits after that cause floods are going to cause perm flood damage, right? So you can force the repair by using single or launching in pairs. Okay, so you can launch your torpedoes in a pair, ping the target, keep pinging him till he hits his repair, and then when he's in cooldown, let him have it with another 2 torps. And this time your pings will stick, because of course his repair party's on cooldown. It's a nasty tactic, to be honest. But below me, beneath me, I'm not a pirate scum. Well, maybe a little bit. I'm channeling my inner pirate today. Okay, we're going to go to periscope depth, because otherwise we're going to get hooked up by the BlOODY. Now, Watchful tells me no one's running any hydro. If they were, I'd be lit. Okay, so we're just going to send some torps at the BlOODY and ping him. All casual-like. And he's turning away to avoid the torpedoes. Very maneuverable, so I doubt very much we'll actually manage to land a torp on him. And they've just taken out the Los Andes. And so far we've done 36,853 spotting damage for our team. We've spotted targets and they've hit them for 36,853 damage. So we're kind of doing our job. Put another ping on the BlOODY. Just going to keep him under pressure. And down he goes. BlOODY got him. Well played, BlOODY. Alright, now we're just going to get the cap for the team. And I'm going to head north. And we're going to try and pick up a battleship or something. Well, it's been a pretty boring match, to be honest. Just heading around the top of the North Cape in case we find some sharks, yar, and treasure. Because I have a particularly naughty bosun I want to feed to those sharks, yar. Yeah, I'm so bored. I am so bored. I'm coming up with pirate bullshit. Okay. There's a silly wangy. And he's a problem. He's got hydro, so we need to be a bit careful of him. We got Yugumo and the Ship Smasher, of course, capping. Gonna go to periscope depth because he's gonna light us otherwise. And there's the hydro who I was worried about. So we'll just slip under the water. And he's turning to chase. You see, he really wants me, doesn't he? Funny, because we're leading him into the Yugumo, the Mets, and yeah, the Mets got him. Yeah, you see, this is a good way. This is a good way of getting people killed. Look at your mini-map, see where your teammates are, and then if you pick up a destroyer, lead them by the nose. Just like the Pied Piper leading rats through the streets, right? It's a symphony of destruction, man. Yeah. Symphony of destruction. Dance like marionettes, right? Anywho, I digress. That was Megadeth, by the way, in case you're wondering who I was quoting there. But yeah. Lenin would have been nice, but it looks like my team's going to finish him off, and that will be the end of the match. But we're going to try. He's healing. There's hope. Yes, do keep healing. Oh, and he's used his repair party. Okay. Neutralize my ping with his repair party. Okay. He's got 10-kilometer airstrike. That's another thing. If you're not too sure how far the submarine airstrike goes, you can check it by just hitting tab and looking them up. Okay, so you know whether to expect planes with depth charges or not. That was a really mediocre game. That was a really mediocre game, so I don't know. Let's do another one. Okay, we've got the Molotov, the Leon, the New Mexico, and the Tirpitz B all lit. Okay, Molotov's got a spotter up. And of course the S1 is merrily moving into a Bismarck and a Sinop. At least that's what I assume he's doing. We're just going to avoid the Leander. That was close. Okay. Going to surface again. I want to try and spot the S1 on the surface for the team. If he surfaces, I want to light him. But I've got a Bismarck here and a Leander. They've pushed quite hard, so I'm with friends. And they're using that island for cover. And there's the S1. He just popped up on the mini-map there. Okay, so he's right next to me and still submerged. I don't know what he's doing. This is what gets you killed, by the way. Don't play like the S1 player. He's just pushed into 4 enemy ships. And that's a lot of depth charge in his life if we get him lit. And we will get him lit. Oh yeah, there he is. There he is. Yeah, he's at periscope depth. Unfortunately, I don't have a deck gun. I've got secondary, but not that great. But no deck gun. Okay. God, I don't think I've even got secondaries on this thing. Okay. Sad face. Okay, we're gonna see if we can ping the Tirpitz and ignore the S1. Keep him lit for the team if he surfaces. And yeah, they've got him. They've got him. Bye-bye, S1. I was gonna get that guy killed for the team, but the team did it all by themselves because the guy pushed into them. That was a really bad play from the S1. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Stay with your team in the early stages of the game. You see, we're 5 minutes in and I'm still with my team, and I'm in the process of murdering a Tirpitz B who's pushing on A. Those homing torps look good. I got a double ping as well, which doubles the duration to 50 seconds, and there you go. Also means the torpedoes stay locked on for longer. It's pretty nasty, really. Okay, we'll just send a couple more torps. See if we can finish this guy off. Just going to pop the hydrophone and make sure there's no other threats about. But the their U-190's over on the other camp. As is their Minsk. So this flank is free from threats. Apart from the CV, of course, he's always a threat, no matter where you are. Okay. Just keeping the Tirpitz pinged. Going to try and avoid his depth charges. That one's close. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, flipped me. But we'll just repair that and move on. I took 53 damage. I'm terrified. Submarines, man. Okay, now we're going to move into Cap, because Cap's clear. The enemy fleet below, they've got quite a few ships here actually. They've got a New Mexico, a Leon, a Molotov and a Metz. But more importantly, no submarines now and absolutely no destroyers. So we're free to cap. And there's nothing they can do about it. Yar, shipmates. I'd be hoisting the Jolly Roger around about now if I was on a pirate ship. Okay, just going to spook the Molotov with a ping. Might be able to force a repair party. Certainly try. This is another thing you can do for your team, is literally force the enemy team to use their repair parties so that they get perma-fires and perma-floods when your enemy team hits them with the appropriate weaponry. I didn't need to back off there, did I? But there's a Leon and a New Mexico closing on my position. They look like they're going to push cap. So we're going to keep half an eye on them. There's no need to take any risks. There's no way I'd be able to catch a Metz or a Molotov on the surface anyway. They are actually faster than us. Metz submarine depth charge planes have a range of 7 kilometers, so I'm not too scared of him at this range. I'm just staying out of ASW range. Anti-submarine warfare range. Yeah, there they go. Yeah. Meanwhile, the New Mexico and the Lyon are closing. The Lyon. Oh, that was close. We almost clipped him with that one. Okay. Right. They're moving into danger zone, getting close to my detection. So we're going to go to periscope depth. And I'm now going to engage the New Mexico. And this is your bread and butter in a submarine, farming battleships. And they'll absolutely love you for it. Not. Oh my. Yeah, there you go, 4 easy hits. And we've let him have it with the stern group. But the Synop took him down. What a shame. That could have been mine. Should have been me! Not him, me! Anyway. Now I've got 50-second reload on my torps, and I thoroughly recommend this. It's obscene. So we're ready to go on the front tubes again. So we fire at the Lyon. Just going to ping him. I missed. He's slower than I thought I gave him credit for. I assume everything French is fast. Funny. Oh, I got lit. Okay, I'm right here, mate. I'm right here. Yeah, I allowed him to drift a little too close. That's bad, by the way. You want to stay hidden for as long as possible. Okay, let him have it with the stern group. Is he grounded? He's grounded. Oh, you are mine. You are mine. Okay. Yep. Yo, he's gonna get some splashback. Good for him. Or not. Okay. Just managed to avoid those. Right, now it's off to sea before the zombies eat my pirate ship. This song. Zombies wait for me. Yarr! I should put pirate hat on while I'm doing this. Right, we're with the Queen Elizabeth, and we're about to go into sea. Got a Metz going up the river, and I'm just going to periscope depth to avoid the CV, but we won the match. It's over. Okay, well, I hope these videos have given you a good idea of how much mischief you can cause in a U-190, okay? I mean, I was hardly trying, and I managed to make the top 20% there. I got a second grade. So in the top 20% for what? Three matches? Meh. And the matchmaker was horrible. Almost top of the team there. Not bad, not bad. a good day's hunting. Torpedo hit on him. 4 torpedo hits on him for 24,582. And 4 torpedo hits on him. 47,998 total damage. And spotting damage, I managed to get 48,375 spots, or 275 spots for the team, which was useful. Do try to spot, do try to look after your teammates, do try and be nice, because there will be an opportunity later in the game to be a total cunt. So do that, right? Play like that. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop me a like and subscribe, and thank you all very much for watching. Thank you.